Balasegaram Kandiah, also known as Balraj, was the senior commander of the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. Early life. Balasegaram Kandiah was born to Kandiah and Kandiah. Balraj was the youngest of a family of 4 boys and 1 girl. Balraj had his primary education at Kokuthajuwai in Mullaitivu district and secondary education at Pulmodai in the Trincomalee district. Balraj passed his O-levels and his parents were very keen to send him to university, but this didn't work out as there were too many riots in the country. Balraj could speak Tamil, Sinhala and English fluently. None of his siblings joined the Tigers, but some of his nephews and nieces did. Personal life. Balraj married a woman, Kandiah Balasegaran, one of Velupillai Prabhakaran's relative, making him a relative of the LTTE leader. Velupillai Prabhakaran trusted him very much and proposed the wedding himself. Varatha, like Balraj, had injured her leg in a battle. Balraj soon had problems with his wife and they soon separated. Balraj never had children. His wife was stung by a Russell's viper and died. Even though they separated, Balraj was emotionally affected. LTTE. When Balraj was a student, when he was recruited by Sunthram, who was one of the top leaders in PLOTE, until he was shot by LTTE in a press conference. PLOTE didn't believe in hit-and-run tactics, which was one LTTE's main tactics against the Sri Lankan army. Instead, PLOTE formed sleeper cells everywhere so that they can carry out a massive onslaught. Therefore, Balraj didn't fight against the army. Balraj was an impatient person. He was prepared to fight any time. When the 1983 riots began, he thought of LTTE than PLOTE and opted for it. He went to a school teacher who was recruiting members for LTTE. Even though he had a PLOTE background, he was accepted. In 1983, he was a part-time member and became a full-time member in 1984. He was soon recognized for his talent by Mahatma, who was killed in 1993 for leaking information to RAW, an Indian intelligence agency who planned to kill LTTE Supremo. Velupillai Prabhakaran suspected him because of his background in PLOTE and kept him as a helper than a fighter. When the fight began with the IPKF, most of the LTTE leadership went into the deep jungles. This is where Prabhakaran found out how valuable Balraj was. Balraj is known for his conventional warfare and psychological warfare. He commanded the 1st Conventional Charles Anthony Brigade. During the Second Battle of Elephant Pass, Balraj landed by sea into Jaffna Peninsula rather than by land. LTTE, unlike many separatist organizations, were very advanced. They were similar to a real government but without recognition. Balraj would attack when the enemy least expected it. The Sri Lankan army didn't expect Balraj and his cadres would be coming by sea. Balraj always preferred to fight on the front line amidst heavy shelling and bombing rather than the confines of the command center. Velupillai Prabhakaran would always seek Balraj's help as he understood his plan more and could execute it successfully. During Balraj's last years, he would be asked by Prabhakaran for assistance on the battlefield. Balraj would be there for many hours. This caused his physical health to even deteriorate. Most of the times he would in hospital in Padhakutharup for treatment but would come to the battlefield to supervise. Balraj knew during 2008 that the Sri Lankan army were breaking through the defences and were going to capture Kilinochchi any time soon. He even said it was the final battle for Eelam, which was true because LTTE were defeated as a conventional army on the 19th of May. Theepan once recalled that in one heavy battle at Eelam, Balraj took part in an LTTE ambush in which 14 SLA soldiers were killed and several weapons were seized. Notable attacks. Second Battle of Elephant Pass. Balraj was known for his attack on Elephant Pass during Operation Unceasing Waves 3. He led 1,200 cadres behind enemy lines and captured the V-Box. Sri Lankan army kept assaulting the area to save the Elephant Pass. He cut off supplies going to the Sri Lankan army and attacked from 3 directions. This attack was deemed impossible by an US officer who visited the site a few months before. It was said that a lightly armed force cannot attack such a complex space. This attack was notable for high casualties in the SLA. No air support was used and because Balraj, instead of taking land route, went by sea with the aid of Colonel Suzai. This operation was very successful because Brigadier Theepan and Karuna Raman attacked south of Elephant Pass, stopping reinforcements coming in. LTTE Military Academy. After Balraj's health started to deteriorate, he started to give lectures and instructions to LTTE cadres and officers. Balraj taught military strategy, planning and tactics. He also provided specialized training for the LTTE commandos and special forces. Tamils in Sri Lanka. Balraj would often talk to the Tamil people in Sri Lanka wherever he is. He is one of the most liked people in Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam because of his simplicity. He would often solve the problems of the people with Velupalai Prabhakaran. This has caused him problems with other LTTE authorities as it was the responsibility of resolving the problems. Anyone could talk to Balraj as he was easily accessible. He, unlike other LTTE commanders, doesn't go with bodyguards in vehicles. Instead he walks to places or cycles there. Human rights. Even though the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam waged a violent war, Balraj was one of the commanders known for no human rights violations. He would only attack the security forces. Politics. Balraj would never interfere in politics and accepted Velupalai Prabhakaran as the leader of LTTE in Tamil Eelam. Being the number 2 after Velupalai Prabhakaran, Balraj didn't get involved like Karuna Raman, who split in 2004 after a political dispute. Health. Balraj was injured even before he received military training in Tamil Nadu. He was wounded 3 times during direct confrontations with the Indian Army. Balasegaram Kandiah had a heart operation in Singapore during the ceasefire period in 2003 as he was a heart patient. He has been hospitalized for 2 weeks. He was injured many times in battle against the Sri Lankan army. Furthermore to Balraj's physical health, his emotional health was affected when his wife died. Balraj had dedicated his own life for the Tamil Eelamkos and cared about him less. Death. Balraj died on the 20th of May 2008 at 2:00 p.m. due to a sudden heart attack. He was promoted posthumously as brigadier because he was responsible for many LTTE victories on the battlefront against the Sri Lankan army. A 3-day period of mourning from 21 to 23 May was declared by the LTTE.